Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. It is 11:14 p.m. UK time. Heading towards the witching hour. We are going to delve deep tonight, guys. How are you all doing? Good evening there, Lady 8, Stooge, Franco, Mystery. Hiya, David Fletcher. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you're all around the world. We are going to look into some major events, what's been taking place. And especially tonight, I'm going to be doing an hour on YouTube, because we're multi-streaming tonight. And then if you want the rest, you'll have to head over to Twitch, okay? Because it's sensitive stuff that I'm going to be looking into tonight. And you know how it is on YouTube with certain words and certain situations. But I am going to be looking into the list and what's going on. Not just what's going on the front, what's going on behind the scenes. And then I'm going to be looking into this strange event, what took place in the Miami shopping mall, and see what's really going on. And then, as I've talked about, the triangular event, which is about to take place, which I'm going to ask the cards and the spirit. I'm also going to be doing healing as well for you all, guys. Is this the triangle event? Because if you think about it, Miami is in the triangular zone, Bermuda Triangle, which I believe so is LA and New York. So I want to see what's going on and see if it is actually is it the start of the triangular event, which Spirit gave me and I've been talking about for the last few months. So I hope you're all keeping well. We've got Deborah Rudge here on YouTube, and she's watching from Kenton Bar, which is just along the road from me. Hello there, Deborah. It's cold tonight, isn't it? I've been out today. I've had a nice day. And I went to Marks and Spencer's, Deborah, over at Kingston Park. For anybody who doesn't know what Marks's is, it's a nice posh shop where you can get nice food. Went to the food mall and that. I got this top. Do you like it, guys? A little bit different. And it was warmish when I went in, and when I come back out an hour later, it had dropped dark and it had gone really icy cold. But apparently we're going to be getting a cold spell. We're going to be getting a cold spell at the end of January in the UK, according to the weatherman and the Met Office, going into the beginning of February. So I'll be looking into that as well, because we've had a lot of floods over here in the UK as well. But it's just strange times, guys. Marks and expensive. It is expensive. I went in as a treat. Look, it's basically what I spent. I could have got loads and loads at Aldi. Do you know what I mean? But it's nice sometimes to have a little treat. Do you know what I mean? But I went in there, which is once in the blue moon, by the way. Where else have I been? Not far today. It's just weird at the moment, isn't it? It's cold in London as well, Aubrey. So Hazeltine, I've heard that this snow around the certain parts of the US has big snowstorms coming Midwest and Ohio Valley. Wow. So maybe that's the snow we'll be getting. It'll be travelling over. But it's lovely to see you all, guys. And yeah, I believe we will get what Williams put here on YouTube. We will get a really toasty summer. I think we'll get a heat wave. I predict a heat wave. So it's crisp and cold in East Sussex. Yeah, it's got like a dark gloom about it over the UK at the moment. You know, it's like very cold. It's definitely soup weather, should I say. Or mince and dumplings weather, if people who like stuff like that. Bangers and mash, that type of weather. Do you know what I mean? I'm a bangers and mash lass. There's no snow in Scotland, but just cold and wet, yeah. Yeah, it's been raining a lot up here in the north as well. It's lovely in Spain, oh, that's good. My God. Patricia White in YouTube, she's put -27 in Norway yesterday. That is cold. That is bloody cold. Good morning in Melbourne. Is it cold? Is it raining, is it, in Melbourne? And cold. The weather's just gone apart, hasn't it? So can you hear us okay, guys? You're good fry up there. A full Monty there, William. That's what we do over here in the UK, don't we? Bacon and eggs and hash browns and fried bread and mushrooms and baked beans and all the full Monty. Sausage. There's no to beat a full Monty, isn't there, on a cold morning? So, how do you get onto Twitch? If you go into all the links of my YouTube videos, the Twitch links in there, and then you subscribe. You can apparently get it free through Amazon Prime. Don't ask us how you do it, but you can. But like in the break, I'll come off. It'll be the end for YouTube. Sorry about this, guys. I've just got to protect my channel. Do you know what I mean? But I'll quickly put the link of the Twitch thing in that live, this live, and then I'll have a break, and then we'll jump onto Twitch. But I'll be back on through the week, and but I'm going to try and be as juicy as I can and get to the nitty gritty for you all. The majority of it will be on here, but I'll just be tailing it off and talking more deep and doody stuff on Twitch later. Are you in vegan there, William? That would be hard to be a vegan. I've tried vegetarian, but I don't think I could be a vegan. But hats off to people who can do it, do you know what I mean? You get people what think that carrots have feelings, do you know what I mean? But I don't go to that extreme. Twitch is not free in the Netherlands. No, I think it's about $4.99. Different like levels you can get of it, or $2.99. I really don't know. $3.99, $4.99. But you can go through Amazon Prime and get it free. Petra. It should be global to do that. So I'm just waiting for you all to come on. Our Twitch is great, isn't it? I will be doing, and we've got Leanne coming on here asking something personal. I will be doing a live, hopefully. I can't say exactly what day through the week, but I'll come on and I'll do a live question answer for you all on your personal stuff. But it's just so weird at the moment, isn't it, guys? It's just creepy is the word. Creepy. Let me get me coffee. Everybody's needing healing as well. You'll get it tonight, sweetheart, who's in Twitch. Yeah, I'm having trouble sleeping as well. But don't forget, timelines are changing, and once you start to ascend, I believe that you can sort of come out of linear time, because I just believe there's no such thing as time. You know, everything's ruled by numbers on this planet. Oh yes, Johnny, make sure that our seatbelts are on for this year. It's going to be a hell of a ride. So, I'm going to start. We've got 5:40 in on both streams. And for people who are new coming in, we start with a healing prayer. And for people who are needing healing, or if you're worried about a situation, you can write the name in the comments section. I've just done a Reiki prayer there, and you will receive healing. Okay, if you're worried about yourself or a person or persons or an animal, literally any situation, write the name in the comments section and you will receive the healing and the prayers. the protection. Okay, so let's start. Yeah, not everybody's feeling it's creepy, but some people are. I was really excited last night. I don't know why. And didn't I say, I'm going to say this to you, didn't I say in one of my last looking glasses, or was it one of my last live streams when I did World Predictions, it might have been the looking glass, that there's going to be events taking place when I've talked about, people are asking us about alien disclosure, that events are going to take place and it's going to be individual people or single people or small groups or large town, like groups or towns, which are going to have events like they did with the Vegas situation. Remember when that thing, craft apparently landed in someone's garden and everything just went quiet? And there's more situations like that to come. And of course, we've had this situation, what's happened in Miami, which is part of the triangular zone. So I'm wondering if this is part of what I've been predicting. Hiya there, Teddy. Oh, we've got the cats jumping around upstairs. They're even acting strange. I think animals feel stuff, don't they? So let's start with the bell. This is for frequency and to clear the energy. Okay. Let's start. So sit back and relax. And we are going to look into the looking glass and the cards. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. Please come in to give us full-blown protection into this community. With love and light, love and light, love and light. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, and Ra. Any star beings that like to come forth, telecommunication or from spirit world, any angels, any fairy elementals, any being from the animal kingdom and beyond. Telecommunication, the animals can do it, or from the spirit world, or people from the spirit world, to give us true answers tonight. With love and light, love and light, love and light, this circle of light is sealed with love and the holy protection. Amen. Oh God, we've got Zizi what's just jumped onto the top of the fridge freezer. She's been very skitsy tonight, and I've got Nala jumping around upstairs. I've got super cats. Now don't pull that off the top of there. Oh my God. Be a good girl tonight. Zizi. Come on, darling. Come on down. They're getting big, guys. Zizi and Nala. Come on. She's very delicate on her feet. Zizi's very elegant. You know, she's got tiny little paws. She's like a Siamese. She like glides and does the catwalk. Nala's like thuds. You know, she's a big girl. Nala, she's got big there. They're showing their body bum bum. It's a thing cats do. Yes, I know. The ladies and gentlemen, now don't knock the stream off, baby. Don't knock the stream off. Zizi's the sound engineer. Why is your fur wet? Where you been? I've got the most funniest cats ever. I always thought cats don't like water, but cats do like water. When I go in the bath, Zizi sits on the side of the bath and she drops her tail in the bath. Could be a hot bath. She just drops her tail in the bath. She likes it. She's a strange one, aren't you? Can you hear her purring, guys? You like it, don't you? You like to come on here. You be a good girl. Your cat hates water. Well, my cats love water. May 70 here. Louise, can you please let me know if Juno is settled in the rainbow heaven? She is an ex-bully. She was... Oh, bless her. How can... Right, drugged and beaten to death. That's so terrible. How can anybody do that to innocent animals? Yes, angels came for her. Evil took her out. Angels came for her. Angels came for Juno. God love her. It's terrible, isn't it? I don't always have all the answers why these evil things are happening on this planet. But you know what? I'm going to say something. If people get away with things here, they don't get away with things when they go over, when they meet their maker. Believe you me, the veil is very, very thin at the moment. We're living in biblical times. This is why there's a lot more evil, but a lot more good as well. A lot more good. And I do believe animals are here on this planet to teach you a lot. It just shows where we are at is our ascension. And if somebody can do that, it just shows what a low vibration they are. But she is okay. Little Juno, what a lovely name. Juno is fine. Okie dokie. Exactly, Kim. Bless Juno. Bless her. She is healing on the other side. Angels came for her. The same thing happens with abused children as well and murdered children. Anybody who's been taken out that way. And it's the same for animals. Darling, don't go on there, baby. Come around here. Animals are no different, aren't they not? You want to say hello? This is my little baby panther. Your mummy's girl. Your mummy's girl, aren't you? Say hi to the ladies and gentlemen. Where's your sister gone? Has she been a good girl upstairs? I know you're right. She's a happy kitty cat. Yeah, the audio's still working. She's like a little Siamese, isn't she? She's a feminine... Actually, she looks like Basat. Basat? But sometimes she... Remember Salem off Sabrina the Teenage Witch? She's got that look about her. And I miss my dogs too. Dogs are absolutely adorable. Dogs are very loyal. Man's best friend is a dog. Cats are very independent, should I say. They're not as obedient as a dog, but they're very, very intelligent and very clean. Extremely clean. So she's settling down. So where do we start, guys? I'm going to get the cards. And of course, there's a lot of people in the audience who are all mediums and psychics. This is what I love about this community. Especially if you hop over onto Twitch, there's loads of psychics and mediums on there as well. And it's like coming to a spiritualist church. So we're all coming together and we share our experiences and we help each other. And this is what I've always wanted to do. I did want to originally do this on radio, which I have done. I've been guests on radio shows and stuff like that. But I've sort of like, we've formed it myself, haven't we, guys? And that's the best thing about this forum. Oh, she's beautiful, Elizabeth. She's a little lady. Her paws are really tiny. I don't think she's going to be a particularly big cat. But like I say, Nala, if Nala comes on later, she's got huge paws. Huge paws. But they're both adorable. They're both adorable. They've brought a lot of love into this house. But like your children, you know, you can have many children and you can lose children. Your children can't be replaced. Your love spreads out. And I believe it's the same with animals as well. It's the same with animals. So I miss my dogs every day, you know. I mean, Oliver says he was 19. These are me Jack Russells, and Oliver was 20. 20 years old, you know, that's quite an age for a dog. He was an old man. He looked like Brian off Family Guy. He was a big boy. He should I say he was as wide as he was long. He was a big lad, and he liked his food, our Ollie. And he was constantly on a diet, you know, but he lived till he was 20, so it just goes to show he must have been a strong lad. And Sissy was very dainty. She was like Feline off Bambi, you know, like a little Bambi. But she was a strong girl as well. Jack Russells are very strong dogs. I believe a Jack Russell is a big dog and a little dog. And I was talking to Blytheman Vet, who I go to with my animals, and he was saying if you want a little dog, get a Jack Russell, because they're a hardy little dog. And I remember Oliver snoring. He used to like his snoring, he did. He was a grumpy old man, you know. And I couldn't, if he sat on the couch and I went to move him off, he'd go, rah, 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 rah. You know what I mean? But I mean, his bark was worse than his bite, you know what I mean? Unlike my first Jack Russell I had, a little Jackie boy, I got him off a gypsy camp, travellers. And he was naughty. He would like let anybody in, but he wouldn't let them out. And he once ripped my client's pants off him. He was really naughty. So I had to hold him, and I'd hold him and say no, and he'd shake until the client got out of the house. It was really weird. He looked like Basil Brush, and he could do tricks, like circus tricks, and he could walk on his back hind legs. But there you go. They all have their own different characters, don't they? Chihuahuas are funny little dogs as well, aren't they? But I like big dogs as well. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't have the time for a big dog, because you've got to give them exercise. You know, it's not fair. My wee Jack Russell was tied to a lamppost and I rescued him. I hate that. Yeah, that's what Oliver was. He was a Parsons Jack Russell. They're clever little dogs. Apparently, at the turn of the century, and even back in the 60s, the Rat Man used to go around the UK houses, and he had sometimes he had a ferret in his box, and he'd knock, you know, for people who had rats, and he'd always had a Jack Russell, because they're good ratters, Jack Russells. You'll never have a rat on your property with a Jack Russell, you know. Oh, that's such a funny name. Michelle Marshall in YouTube. Our Fonz is from the Gypsy Camp. He's a lurcher greyhound, cross brindle collared. That is such a cool name for a dog, Fonz. Fonzie. Remember Happy Days, guys. Our Westie's good ratters too. And I didn't realise that poodles were bred by one of the French kings, wasn't it? They were hunters as well, and I didn't realise that. So yeah, a dog is a man's best friend. A dog needs a master, a cat needs staff. And that is so true. It's so true. Oh, the golden retrievers are lovely as well, aren't they? Right, so let's look into Motley. I like all them names. Dachshunds are so cute. Are they like the little sausage dogs? And of course, is what Dolphin Smiles put in here on Twitch. Dog spelled backwards is God. I like all animals. I really, really do. And I'm not ruling out that I'll get a dog at some point, but at the minute I think I've got my hands full. Do you know what I mean? With these two little madams. But I really do miss a dog. I think once you've had a dog, it's hard to be without a dog, isn't it? Oh, I bet that's a beautiful dog. My Burmese mountain dog is named Bobby. He is 140 pounds. I bet he takes some feeding and exercise, River. Right, I'm going to look into... Let's take a question by question. Let's move this. And can you see us okay? Let's get a coffee. Oh, we need to do the healing. I feel like I need to do healing for you all first. Right, let's do a healing prayer. I ask everybody who is in this audience that they receive the healing that they need. The prayers are answered in these troubled times. I ask that every innocent person out there who was going through a rough time, man, woman and child, that they receive the holy protection. In these troubled times, we should not be dealing with war, famine, suffering, sickness and poverty and homelessness. And that we ask that from this night, that truth comes out and that answers come and justice comes upon our lands. I ask that all our troops are kept safe from this situation that they are tied into, to do with the money, with the greed, with the war. And then I ask that all civilians are kept safe within these troubled times, who are people who are suffering with sickness and mental health, that they receive the help that they need. And people who are grieving tonight. Remember, we do not get over losing our loved ones. We learn to walk through it. And I ask that even our pets, when we lose our pets, remember that that paw print will always be on your heart forever and you will see them again one day. I also ask that there is holy protection put on around every child on this planet and baby and the younger generation. And the young adults, they need guided in these troubled times on earth. And for the children who have been abducted, abused, trapped, that they are given freedom and that help, and they are saved from the evil. I also ask that the elderly are kept safe and the ones who are vulnerable. I also ask that help is given for the people who are going through mental health, drug addiction. That there needs to be more help put into our lands and our towns and our cities. And that the light workers rise and the truth comes out. I also ask that all the unborn children are protected. Because I believe that the children coming onto the earth now are the crystal children, the rainbow children, the violet indigo children, the blue ray children, the children of New Earth, that they are kept safe. And for the couples out there who are finding it hard to conceive, that they are blessed with a child. We pray for no war. We pray for solutions. We pray that all our communities come together and light shines across our lands. Let's begin. Amen. Okay. I'm going to ask, if anybody doesn't know what I'm going on about, because they're not putting it out on the media, there was a situation in a Miami shopping mall. No doubt you'll all know about this, but some people don't, because it's not out on news. It's all over social media. And it was a situation where people were running and screaming, saying that there was 8 to 10 foot aliens, quite silhouette, like tall greys, chasing them, running through the shopping mall or outside and near the shopping mall, okay? Apparently there was hundreds and hundreds of police turned up, cop cars, and the statement that was put out was that it was youths setting off fireworks in the shopping mall with sticks. But the people who witnessed this said that was not the case. And they said that it was aliens. Can you believe this? Aliens chasing them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the cards and ask my guides, was this a real contact? I did say that there would be contact, didn't I? I did say that it would come in small communities, and it would be a similar situation like it would be what happened in Vegas, where apparently there was a craft what crashed in someone's garden. But that day when that happened, or that early evening, I believe, I don't know what time it was when it happened over in Miami, the electricity went out in over 60,000 homes around that area. They lost power. The power went off in the shopping mall. And why would there be so much police if it was a case of that it was just kids with sticks, youths with sticks? It doesn't make sense. Why would they lose power? What is going on, guys? Is this a Project Bluebeam exactly? Remember, we're living in very deceiving times. So I'm trying to be open-minded about this. I feel there's something in this, but I'm trying to sit on the fence. I'm trying to be grounded about it, because there is so much trickery out there as well. And it could be a distraction. So first of all, I'm going to ask, was this real? Did this really happen? It is kind of sus, isn't it? And of course, the Epstein list came out just after, is what David's put in there on Twitch. Right. Is this a distraction? These are very old cards, guys, right? Okay, some of them are my nanas. Just like the feeling. I'm getting that song by Sash. Remember it from the 90s? Mysterious times. Mysterious times. We are living in mysterious times. Okay, cookie. Right, definitely off-world. Definitely something is going on. Now, the question is, have they come in that way from sky? Or is it a case that we are so spiritually advanced now because we're spiritually evolving and we're all starting to come into that higher vibration that we are shifting something to do with physics? And it could be that they're coming through the atmosphere. There's something breaking down, like fifth dimension type of energy on this plane in the physical world. They're coming in from out of the physical light. But it's definitely off-world. When the world card comes out upside down, it's saying it's off-world. So there's going to be a lot more sightings. So they're covering it up. They're covering it up. It's like I'm getting disconnected from the internet, disconnected from the media. It's like they're pulling the plug. They don't want the panic. They don't want the panic. Can you see? It's unplugged. They're trying to unplug it. They're trying to spin a story differently. Trying to delay a situation. Delay. By feeding information what's incorrect. It wouldn't matter if it was just the odd person, but you're talking quite a few people who come out with this. And thank God through social media, that's how you get the truth, you know, like TikTok and different things. Too many people coming out with it. But interesting, what I find very interesting is that there's no footage of anybody with these videos. There was some, but they were taken down. And then there was people who detracted it. I think there was a guy who detracted it. But what I'm getting very strongly is that I'm getting that similar energy, that similar feeling. What happened in the Vegas crash, you know, apparently there was supposed to be a UFO that crashed in someone's garden in Vegas. That was at the last year. Can you remember that? And then all of a sudden, like, we never heard from these people in this house who were on the news and they were really scared and they were convinced that they'd seen aliens in the back garden. They actually had the footage of a being in the back garden. It's that similar energy, and I'm going to pull some more cards out here. And it's not their home. They've come in from out of the it's not their home. I've got the home card upside down. They closed the airwaves down in the area. No coming in and out of Miami. The Vegas thing was 6 months ago. So there's a cover up here. There's a cover up. Let's have another look. New beginnings are happening. This is the start of disclosure. But you see, not everybody's into it. You know, some people are not even interested. You know what I mean? But this is the start of it. They're coming into our reality. And I think this is the start of new earth, new beginnings. So people are going into different realities. That's what's happening. So the Vegas thing, I believe, was real. And I believe this was real. Where you had that other situation, where was it again? Oh, God, I can't think. Where there was people getting terrorised in a village. I don't think that was real. So you've just got to use your intuition. Money's involved here, and I don't know why. It's like they don't want it out. And now, as I'm looking more into this, abundance, money, corporations, because it's about control. Yeah, in Peru, there was a situation in Peru, wasn't there, with hovering aliens or something. But I believe the cartel or criminals were behind that situation because they were trying to terrorise the people in the village, which was a very remote village somewhere in Peru and Brazil. South America, yeah. So you're going to get truth mixed up with lies. Truth mixed up with lies. But money's involved here. And it's because if they don't want it out, it could be a lot to do with their technology. Free energy, that type of thing. Controlling the public with media as well. And they have great health technologies for humans as well, yeah. And of course, they're frightened about religion falling apart. And again, it's all about control. It's coming out really, really strong. There's a man, and I'm seeing him quite strong, and it's not Biden. It's a dark-haired man, because you've got to understand, what's put out there, who is, got like Rishi Sunak and Biden, like the different rulers and that. They're not the real rulers to what's actually going on behind the scenes. But there's a man here with dark hair, I don't know if he's head of CIA or head of some FBI, somebody who said, no, get this out and block everything out. That's what I'm feeling what's happening here. But there's a sense of fear. This is really interesting. Look at this. But there's a dark-haired man who's like said no, who's blocked it. Don't ask me who it is, but there's definitely something going on here. But we've got the heavens opening. There's a lot happening all at once. We've got ascension happening. We've got new earth coming in, which we are the ones creating new earth, by the way. The universe is within. So once you start to ascend within, you can connect with these beings. But I believe once you push and push and push it, they can come into your reality. But it's interesting because I'm getting different portholes around Earth in different, portholes. You've got the Bermuda Triangle. So it's like they're coming in. And they'll not just be the Bermuda Triangle, there'll be different portholes around Earth. But I'm also feeling it's a natural event, what's taken place. And I believe we've gone through this before. But I also believe that some things are manipulated. Some things we're going to have to really keep our wits about with over this year coming in. Because there's going to be some FFs as well. Do you understand? Flags. There will be some of them as well. Not that they're not happening, but there could be distractions. But when I talk about things which aren't natural, I think that there's been mad scientists messing around with matter or dark matter. Is it connected with CERN? But I don't believe it's just not CERN. I think there's other things going on, like Area 51 and places like that. They're messing on with things. It always reminds us of like Stranger Things. You had the mad scientist in Russia. And it was all going on, and it was the upside down world. So I think they leak this out in movies. It's the upside down world, guys, which has become thin. It's become thin. My concern as a medium, right, that when something breaks and it's become thin, and I talked about this a few years back, I talked about it on here and on Twitch, that yes, alien beings can come through from different realities in spirit, but you've also got demons, you've got angels and demons. And I felt it was like a monster let loose into our reality. So that's why I believe that we're living in very biblical times. We've got to keep our wits about it. We've got to keep our feet firmly on the ground. But the Bermuda Triangle is a crazy area. So I believe that there's certain openings around Earth where they can interdimensionally travel through. Does that make sense? Interdimensionally travel through. And that's how I feel these beings came in. So I'm going to ask about the triangular event. Yeah, the news is crazy, isn't it? Particle accelerators, yeah. It's funny how the cards show things. I've just asked, is this the triangular event? And I get the 3 of Pentacles, 3 stars. We are now in start of the triangular event. This is what my guides have been saying. So it's got to be linked with the Bermuda Triangle. And did I not say a little while ago that there would be an event around the Bermuda Triangle? I'm sure I've said that before as well, haven't I? Not thinking Bermuda and Triangle, it was like connected. The triangular event. So that is one. That is one of another 2 to come. Who's behind it, but we need to know if it's the ETs behind it, if it's God behind it, or if it's the dark government behind it. Remember, I'm going to say this to everybody out there in YouTube and watching behind the scenes. This is for entertainment purposes only. Who's behind it, the triangular event? I think we've got a bit of a one and a bit of another going on here, guys. Dearie me. We as the people are behind it. We are the ones who are raising this. But we've also got the dark side of life. Be it either Satanists, globalists, BS. It's a holy war we're in, isn't it? Was it planned by the DS? No. It's extraterrestrial. We've connected to them. We've become linked with them. We are looking at disclosure here. And this is one of many to come in. And it's up to you if you believe it or you don't believe it, you know what I mean? But what I'm saying to you is that there's more of this to come. Strange events. Definitely strange situations. And the best thing we can do is to do the inner work on myself, like I've always said. But everything's coming in from the outer realms. Something's been opened. We've played a part in opening this. So we are looking at biblical. It is biblical, guys. It's complete biblical. That always reminds us of like Armageddon or like Adam and Eve type of thing. But I would say also man and woman of earth helping each other. You've got different gods there coming in. But there's the angel. We're being so tested. So tested. It's like she's fallen. She's she's completely needing his help, and he's picking her out of the water, and he's looking up at the angel. The angel's wearing a triangle, yes. Then what kind of god's that? Is that like a horned beast, or is that Odin, or what? I really don't know. I'm getting very Norse gods there. Something has been unleashed. So to me, this events to take place here could be to do with weather, storms, earthquakes, that type of thing, which we have been witnessing. What have they got in their hand, that angel? I need specs. Can you see that? Or pouring water into a chalice. Everything's frequency, everything's energy. The land, the luscious land behind. Look at the signs, look at the symbolic signs. The natural water falling into the lake. We need to watch the water. I don't know if it is Lucifer. I don't think Lucifer comes over looking like that. I'm sure that's like a Norse god or something. I could be wrong. Let's pull some more cards out. Watch the water, plenty of storms to come, which I did say there would be a lot of water to come, didn't I? There's the loned man. Everything's sort of stagnant at the minute. Bit like humanity at the minute. He's stagnant and he's just hanging there, not giving a shit. There's the butterfly, this spiritual butterfly. Then you've got the Bambi in the background, the deer, the stag. You've got the volcano going off. All the natural stuff, what's taking place. He's hanging there on one leg. Let's turn him around the other way. Let's see what he looks like. He seems... Oh, he's got an owl. An owl of protection. He seems like he's meditating. He's like this court jester. He's at one. I am. Just hanging there. At peace. The colours on the top of his crown chakra, look at that. Blue and the green. He's at harmony. Colours, colour breathing, guys, get into that. Try to be around nature. You've got the lily pads and the... He's just like at harmony with Earth, be around Earth. Look at this. The magician. Because as we rise, it's a free will world. It's not just about the good rising, obviously the bad's rising, because the veil is thin. So you've got the Satanists rising, everybody doing their own thing. But you've also got magic can be on both sides. You've got the white unicorn there, Stonehenge. There's the stars and the moon energy. To me, that looks like a shaman. He's got his, it's definitely a shaman. So we're going back to our ancestral roots. We need to find our own power, our power points. I'm not saying you're going to all turn witchy, but you might just being who you want to be. Not by what society tells you. Remember, magic can be both sides, like technology. It's not the tool, it's who's behind it. Everything, literally everything has been manipulated. And if you're going back to before Christianity, you know, the word witch, I even believe that was made to sound, the word witch, because it's taken away who we really are as spiritual beings who are capable of connecting with the stars and connecting with the universe, and it's our natural part of who we are. Does that make sense? There's the wolf. Finding your animal guides. Connecting with earth. Some of you in the audience might want to be doing earth work, and it helps our future generations. But he's playing with runes there. You know, this psychic, what I do and a lot of other psychics do, it's an old art. It's what many of we did. Many of what we did. So it's about not feeding into the fear. There's the triangle again. Look, that's interesting. There's the triangle. Can you see? It's about not feeding into the fear. Being aligned with the universe and earth. Not to worry. Six of Cups, Eight of Cups. Huge news coming out within 2 days. Is there another part of another event coming off? Troops. I always get troops with that. The Knight of Swords. Let's see what's going on. Wilco Horty's made a good point here in the audience on Twitch. Worries about this year in the US and the political race is going to trigger a lot. Yeah, a lot of people. Uncivil and crazy behaviour. This is so true. This is so true. Talking about politics as a woman to rise. Could be on the left. She's got the blue dress on. Who is she? Time will tell, won't it? But like I say, if Biden does go in with Trump, it's going to get... there is going to be a replacement on the left at some point. It's just going to get very crazy there. Do you know what I mean? But the sun's coming in. The sunshine's coming in. I personally think that politics is all a distraction to a bigger picture. Bigger picture. But Trump's not out of the woods yet, like, guys. Far from it. Far from it. What's that saying? It's not over until the fat lady sings. I could get in the eye of the tiger. I love the sun. I think it's just joy and happiness, and that looks like a real sun, you know, not like the sun we've got, like the white sun. There used to be a yellow sun. Can you remember that, guys, when the sun used to be yellow, not white? These extraterrestrial so-called beings, which were seen in the shopping mall, I want to know if they were scared. You've got to understand, if they broke through into another reality and they've seen a load of screaming people in a shopping mall, that kind of, you know, could that have unnerved them? Were they scared? They weren't scared, they were bewildered. It was affecting that energy field. It wasn't supposed to happen. And I got this with the Vegas crash as well. It wasn't supposed to happen. They had broken through some sort of atmosphere. Bewildered, the same energy. Well, yeah, we could seem the aliens for them. I'm going to ask someone else. Was there anybody in the police force who witnessed and they've been told to keep the gob shut? Let's have a look. Was there any official people what's seen these beings, not just the public? Oh yes, and it's been covered up. Yes. Yeah. That's official. They've not wanted it to come out because it would have caused such a stink. So they've tried to cover it, mask it over, put a lid on it. Because not everybody would believe it, do you know what I mean? Let's see what kind of beings they are. Apparently they look like tall greys, didn't they? I think it's exciting. So that's how they've looked to some people's silhouette, because, you know, like Star Trek, I know it's just a movie, how they break through, like Beam Me Up Scotty, and they're coming through, like materialising. That's how I believe their technology works. So they materialise through into our atmosphere, into our realm. We call them the tall greys or the greys, but they don't call themselves the greys. There's so many different star races out there, and I get there's a suit to these beings, for them to when they're traveling. I do feel they may be called the tall greys, but I don't believe they truly are. There's so many different types of greys as well. I don't get a bad feeling, but I don't get a good feeling. It's really weird because obviously they're working for a program. They're working for, there's different federations out there as well. There's not just the one federation. But I just believe they were just doing their job, and they got a bit like time traveling, and they've got like caught out of some sort of something's broken and they've come through. There's a government connection with this. I don't want you to freak about this, but there's definitely something linked with government. Doesn't mean it's bad, because where you've got bad, you've got good. It's opposite, you know. Because I've seen this before when I've done remote viewing, when I've gone into Cheyenne Mountain, because they are working with these beings. So I want to say that they broke out of something, and it was a break in sort of the Matrix type of breaking down. Molly Bentham, this is very interesting, who's in Twitch tonight. I live in Miami and I didn't hear this happening. Now that is interesting. Get it up. Just put in aliens in shopping mall Miami. See what I mean? So they're not putting it out on your local news. That's sinister. So the news was that there was all these, people running, screaming through the shopping mall because they had seen these beings. And then they got 600 and odd police or 700 police to go to this situation. And then they put out the statement that it was kids with sticks, youths causing trouble. And then all of a sudden, all the electricity went down and everything. Check it out. They were breaking out of something. It was a glitch. I've got like A2I here, and he's sort of saying that we're all in programs. We're physical. What the physics that we know is nothing to what's out there. So we're physical beings living on this planet, and we think we're like solid beings. And we are, and we're living on a planet, but there's more going on with physics than we know. And there's different slices of the cake. Pockets. We're in a pocket because there's other things going on, other programs. This is what I'm being given. In other sections. And it's all happening simultaneously, all at the same time. What about the 8-foot tall aliens in Nevada last year? Was that Vegas? Because I've talked about that earlier on, Wolcahorty. Is that right? I believe that was real. Oh, well, I'll check it out later. Somebody sent us a picture of one. Will there be more? It's a definite yes. We've got the Emperor. It's a dead certain. It's definitely there's going to be more. There will be more. So I'm picking up psychically. It's the same feeling as I'm getting with the Vegas situation, but it'll just cover it up. They're not going to do anything about it. They're just going to not talk about it anymore. But as these situations and events start to unfold, there's going to be more mass sightings. And to the fact that when, the news isn't even reporting it, to me it's very suspicious when the people are saying, not just one person, but many people are saying this happened. So you're going to get more events like that. Just going to double check, is this part of the triangular event? Yes. It's funny, I've got the moon card here and it's part of it. But I look at that and I get, is it Nibiru? I can never pronounce it properly. Somebody's just asked there in the audience what's happening with Nibiru. There's a connection with Nibiru with them beings. I'm not saying that they're from Nibiru. There's a link. And Nibiru is not what you think it is. So that looks like an alien ship, really, with beings popping out, or the being popping out. Nibiru, I'm picking up, isn't a planet. It's a big alien ship. Let's just double check that. They've denied the existence of extraterrestrials for a long, long time. You're not going to get the disclosure from the US government. I'm telling you that now. They're coming in. We're getting it. We're the ones. To the fact where it's just going to be too much. They can't do anything more about it. They're not able to cover it up anymore. We're the ones who are doing this. Massive blocks to come, massive more distractions. I've talked about this before behind the scenes. It's not a case of white hats, black hats, good guys, bad guys. I believe within bad operations they've got good people as well as bad people, and vice versa. In good operations they've got good and bad. Alright? And what I'm getting here is that they could have stopped it, but somebody who's been for humanity's allowed this to happen. So as you're going up into programs and deep sort of space programs, there'll be people who will be still for humanity and some who won't. Unfortunately, you're not going to change this on this planet. It's the way it is. It's the way it is because it's a free will world. They've allowed that to come through, even though it was a mistake. It shouldn't have happened. Or people maybe in that program to do with them Nibiru fellas. Some have shit themselves because it was a mistake and it shouldn't have happened, but some wanted it, who have been like secret agents behind the scenes for humanity, have wanted this to come out. And they've made sure it's come out. But I also feel that they've wanted it to come out. There is a big distraction here as well, and I think that there's darker beings on Earth behind the scenes who've also wanted this to be a distraction. It's really twisted, guys. It's really, really twisted. And it's got something to do with all the dark satanic stuff, what's going on the planet, connected to do with around the E-list, which is nothing compared to what it's covering. It's covering up something much bigger. All right. Let me see. So everybody on that list, all right, I'm going to go more deeper into this in the second half into Twitch. But not everybody on that list is guilty. Why would they do that? Why would they release something? Because it has been out there for a while, where misinformation, again, is linked within true information. JFK was one of the reasons why they took him out, because of all of this. And I'm telling you now, it wasn't just to do with the alien stuff. It was to do with what was going on with the crimes against humanity. He knew a lot. And that's what I believe what Trump knows as well. That's what I believe. I'm not saying Trump's perfect, because he's not perfect at all. But, yeah. Well, it's like history repeating itself. So they're causing a disruption. They're causing a disruption. Why are they causing a disruption? Let me get a cup of coffee. Why are they causing a disruption? Something huge is going down. Something huge is happening. That's what I'm getting. And it's there's a releasing of information. There's more information to come out. I also believe that they allowed the breaking in that sort of matrix program where them guys came through, them alien beings. They've allowed that to happen. It's like, don't look over there, look over there. Distraction, distraction, distraction. There's something going to come off to do with the Vatican. We've got the Vatican here. Hiya, Debbie. The Vatican. And I've never felt this so strong. And don't forget, I don't follow other people. I go off my own thing. But I think that there is arrests going to be taking place, or there's going to be things happening behind the scenes. And it's to do with this hidden underworld that I've talked about before in other streams. Crimes against humanity, the world that we know, the world that we don't know. And from trafficking to God knows what. Do you know what I mean? It's just huge. It's just absolutely huge. I'm actually getting, and I'm going to be talking about this in my second half, but I don't believe he's gone. Like many do believe that. As you know, he was passing money backwards and forwards. He had collected all these different famous people. Who's gone? We're talking about E. G-E. Or is it J-E? Because there's two different ways to spell Jeffrey, isn't there? So he was collecting in, I believe that there was actual footage took so that he could blackmail people. I believe like his partner in crime's father, I believe there was triple agent connections with all of them, triple agent. But don't just think it's them. There's others, you know what I mean? We've got to like not put with there's a bigger picture to this. Bigger than Epstein. Bigger than Epstein. But there's more paperwork to come out. And I said this would come out, didn't I? Did I not say that there was documents, papers to come out? Shocks to come out, and that's just happened with this list. Round about the time there would be events taking place. But this is just the start, guys. There's a roll of this coming in. I want to say 5 and 6 is coming out again, and I don't know why. The last time I got that, it was to do with the plane, wasn't it? What had crashed. God love them. When it took place. But this is really, really strange. I don't know why I'm seeing McAfee. Why am I seeing him? Is he definitely in spirit? He was beaten up because I seen it happen. But it didn't happen the day they said it. And the reason I know that is, Teddy, is because if I see an event, I go, like, and I was sitting quiet in here and I just went, seen it. But it was days before the information was released, because they're not going to even tell you. Don't forget that, like, the cameras were taken down, the cameras weren't working. I mean, come on. Do you know what I mean? It was like, but it happened before then. It was all planned. It was inside job, definitely inside job. But they definitely did something to him in that jail. There was definitely some fisticuffs going on or something. But he was removed out of there alive. I've got to be careful how I say this, but they used somebody else's body to mimic it was his. And what I'm going to say to you is, talking code, guys, right, if you're on YouTube, but just think chef, AB. I'm going to show you something. He was obviously passed before. And if you lie that man down, and there was witnessed of on a stretcher, I've said this before, he looks like him from the side view. There's a lot of trickery going on. I'm going to show you something. Right. Right, wait a second. So we're talking about a famous chef here who sadly passed. And I can't find the picture's gone off. That is so strange. It was on Google and it's gone because I put them side by side. But they got similar ears. I'm going to show you the picture of the famous chef. Okay. Let's look at the ears. Side by side, same hairline. Now, the picture of apparently E, when he was found, there was a picture floating around, wasn't there? Where's the picture? Of course, they've covered it all up since then, when it was first happened. When he was lying on the stretcher, when they took him out on the stretcher, oh, 2 minutes, guys. It's the same ears and the same hairline. You saw the stretcher picture back then? So I think that they've used a different person because the brother never went to see him. The brother never went to see him. He was on news recently. So, brother was on the Tucker show, wasn't he? And he said he never got to witness his brother's body. The brother went to him 2 days prior to his death, like many did. Didn't Bill Barr go? Don't think for 1 minute, this goes beyond politics, right? This is about how people who now know how the system works. Do you know what I mean? Why did Bill Barr want to go and see him in jail? I'll never know. It ceases to amaze me. It's all very dodgy, isn't it? That's what's coming. There's trickery Definitely trickery. Yeah, because Bill Barr's dodgy, that's why. But there's trickery. Magician. Don't believe that what is said to be true is true. You've got, he's accomplished, which is in prison, and she's serving, is it 20 years? Which I don't believe she'll do 20 years. I think she's done deals with the FBI. I think that there's been deals done. I think there's names which have been mixed up to distract people because they're trying to cover up the real villains. I put a little post out about one of them, what was named was, oh God, what's that scientist called? Stephen Hawkins. Is it Stephen Hawkins? I was going to ask the cards because I don't believe that's true. Distract from the truth. No, it's a definite no. He's not. And it's quite awful actually when you think about it. I'll ask about Maxwell in a minute, because I just think to blame a dead man when he can't defend himself, but it's saying no. It's saying no. He was not involved. It's awful. God knows what his family must think. If he's got family left, he will have, won't he? Did he have children or whatever? I think it's just awful. Do you honestly think for 1 minute that this list's been cleverly put together? Cleverly put together. And then, of course, you've got Michael Jackson is too as well. And I don't believe he's guilty. I really don't. Let me double check. It's saying no about Stephen Hawkins. Michael Jackson. It's a load of shit. Phil Collins as well. Surely not. You know what it is, right? That man's not well either. He's got something wrong with him. It's just lies. The lie and lie and lie. Maxwell's behind that. Maxwell's behind that list. I'm telling you that now. Amongst other 3-letter agencies. Bill Barr's connected to Epstein like peanut butter's connected to jelly. How deep do you want to go down that rabbit hole? It's all about the money as well. There was money. There's been money and deals done. That's my little galactic card. The Nephilim. That's the darker side to the planet. But on the other side, we've got the source as well. I always get like the Galactic Federation. I know it's very faded. I don't know if you can see it. The source as well. The triangular event. It's a definite no with Michael Jackson. Again, it's another fantastic artist who he's not on this planet now physically, who can't defend himself. His kids are awful, awful, awful. And his family. So I just think, again, it's like that's 2 innocent people that I feel that is named on that list. And Phil Collins as well. I don't believe he's involved. I'm going to ask on Bill Barr. Is a baby? Isn't Mummy's little baby, Mrs. Orange Eyes Panther? Yeah, don't speak ill of the dead. Well, that's what my nana used to always say. And Trump never went to the island, exactly. Well, they'd be spitting tax because I can't blame him on that. Trump may be many things, but he's not certainly not a bloody paedophile or a bloody... Do you know what I mean? Let's have a look. What was the question I was asking again? Bill Barr. Right, there was some money deal done. There was something done about a money deal. Why would it be him, but I don't understand that. A money deal? Is it been for Bill personally? And Trump? They're saying something about Trump. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Some things will never come out. Some things will never come out. Some things will. Very interesting. Bill Barr worked for Trump, then turned on him. Oh my God! It's just hit us it's just hit us. I've got to be careful what I'm saying because we're going to have a break in a minute. We're going to go on to Twitch. I believe that Bill Barr is DS. I believe that he was trying to get Epstein to name Trump, bribe him with money, and you're talking dirty deals here. Don't forget, right, this is my take on it, right, but I've worked for the police, I've worked in murder inquiries, I've helped the military. There's something there, but again, not everything's going to come out. And if you're going into that field anyway, they're all backstabbing each other. Right? So I think that he tried to get him fitted up. So I think that Barr is definitely a bit like a sort of like a double agent type of person, or Barr is not his original name. Well, I could well believe that. This is big. This is huge, guys. And it goes bigger than what we know. Bigger than what we know. I'm going to ask 2 more questions. And then we're going to have a little break. And then we're going to go onto Twitch. Is he still alive? Hidden. Yeah. Hidden. Question is where? In hiding. To protect them. Not to protect him, to protect them. There's so many islands. Who is them? The hidden government. There The ones we do not know. What we think we know, we do not know. The illusion. The real villains are the ones hidden behind the scenes. Manipulating people, wanting to cause war, wanting to cause amnesty on the streets. And it's going to backfire, guys. It's going to backfire. What goes around comes around. Going back to this, it's like we're in some sort of program and we're breaking out of the program. I always get like that sort of like the womb of earth. There's Gaia. There she is there. We are creating our own reality. The Scorpio is not the problem, that's just the puppet. The Scorpio is not the problem, that's just the puppet. The bigger problem lies with this network. The one what's trying to manipulate humanity. The greed, the evil deeds to enslave humanity. All about the money. There they are, the greedy buggers, them. Look at them, look at them. Look at them. Taking my taxes. Restricting me. Meanies, look at them. Look at that meanie face there. Meanie face. As they become richer and richer with their rings on and the children of New Earth. The younger children, the younger generation are a lot stronger than us. We've paved the way. The Scrooges, yeah. There's more. This list is nothing to what's to come out. I'm gobsmacked. I want to have a break, guys, and I need to go into this deeper. And I would love to stay on here, but it's just head over to Twitch if you want to. You can still watch it, but you'll get distracted by adverts. But you can participate by coming in and subscribing. There's something bigger happening, and I'm going to look into this. I'm going to do some remote viewing after the break. Bigger scandals to come, bigger distractions to happen. Oh yes, I've got to ask this. Two more things I need to ask before I go off and have a break. Because we've got the triangular event, the Bermuda Triangle event, could that also be within that triangular zone, New York and LA? Yes. Yes. I want to see, and I'm not saying this to fearmonger, but for like people who live around that area, just stay vigilant, stay calm, try to keep out of crowds, stay vigilant. There's something coming. Everything's going to backfire. We've got the mastery card. We're all coming into our mastery level as a human race. Well, not everybody, but most people. And I'm going to ask one more question for the people of YouTube. Are we going to have more extraterrestrial events to take place? Yeah, that's spiritual. Some people will have their own individual like contact, because remember you can get contact within as well that can come through spiritually. And then some people, if there is gatherings, that is nice. It's not nasty. I don't get a negative with the extraterrestrials. I would say it's weather related, or it's sorry to give you this, like shooting events, or weather related. West Coast, yes. I'm not getting a negative with the extraterrestrials, which are going to start making contact. I'll look into it after the break, and I'm going to leave you all there with the world. I'll be on again soon. Okay. Just be strong, guys. It's there's more events to come. I'll just get a timing on this. The next 2 could be 2 days, 2 weeks. There's a timing on more events that we've got to be careful of. I'm fine, yeah. I just need a cup of tea. We've got some major arcanas here. We've got the Justice card. We've got the Hyphenate card. We've got the 9 of Swords. It's not a very nice situation I'm getting. We've got the 3 of Cauldrons. 9 away from 3 is 6. I pulled the Cauldrons out last. They're saying 6 days. 6 weeks. Within the 6, 5 to 6. I got that before, didn't I? It could be also the 5th or the 6th of February. There's something huge coming. It's the US. It's the US. Yeah. Eight of Cauldrons now. So it's take that 3 away is 5. 5 days. Work that out. 5 days. There's also huge news coming out with Trump. Huge news coming out with Trump. Let's hope it's positive and not negative. I mean, good God, you know what I mean? But there's some huge news coming out there. And I don't know why I'm seeing Obama's face. I don't know what that is. Maybe there's some news coming there as well. But look I'm going to leave you with this. When I go and get a coffee. We've got the full card. The story in the tarot is that the man gets to the end of the road and he's the fool because he's lost everything. But then after that comes the star. It can only get better. So that there's a change to take place. There's a change to take place. But I would say that we're in for some explosive news, guys, over the next week or so. And I'll leave that one with you. And I'll see you soon on Twitch. I just need about 5 minutes. And then we'll go on to another stream. Take care. God bless, guys. And stay strong. Okay? And the link will be for Twitch. It'll be in the link of this stream. Okay? But like I say, if you want to head over in 5 minutes, I'll be on Twitch. I'm off to make a cup of tea. I'll be back on 5, okay? So I'm going to end this stream. And then I'll be on a new stream on Twitch in about 5 minutes. Let's just give one more card for the collective for you all. angels are walking on this planet. Angels, aliens. Yes, it's a temperance card, but it is very biblical times. Don't feel afraid of the alien beings. Don't feel afraid of the unknown. It is man that we have to watch out for, not extraterrestrials. Okay, so I'm going to start a new stream in 5, but I'll be back on again on YouTube through the week as soon as I can, okay? But there's miracles happen, like the angel walking on the water. And we're the ones who are creating the miracles. We are the ones. All right? We are magical, spiritual beings of the light. And I'm going to leave that one with you. There'll be more contact soon. Just watch for it. But amongst that, there will also be misinformation. But we wouldn't expect anything else because, guys, it's 2024. And where we are at now, I'm not sure if it's the book of Daniel or the book of Revelation. We knew, our higher selves knew before we come here that it would get crazy. But don't stress about it. Like we always say in Britain, keep calm and carry on and go and put the kettle on. I'll be back in 5, okay? Goodbye.